Well, hello there, my friends. Are you feeling like your schedule has just turned itself on its head? Many of the mums that I'm talking with at the moment have just had their normal routine turned around, and I'm here to help you get organised. Now, why is it important to get some kind of routine really down at the moment? Well, if your child is at home, tell me in the comment section if your daughter or son is at home off school at the moment, or if it's likely that they will be soon. It's just a fact that that's how things are at the moment. Now, why is it important that we look at getting a clear routine? If you've got a highly sensitive child, they're picking up on your emotions. You know this, you hear me tell you this all of the time. Right now, if your normal routine is changed and it's all over the place, I'm pretty much guessing that you feel stressed right now. And when you feel stressed, your son or daughter picks up on that, and then they start to feel stressed, especially if they're highly sensitive. And then you see meltdowns, not settling at bedtime, up and down at bed, into your bed, and the whole household is just in chaos. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to get a schedule and a routine in place over the next few weeks or months. We're not sure how long yet. But the point is that once you have a routine in place, you're going to feel calmer. Guaranteed. If there is one thing I know in this life, is that many things are changeable. But there are definitely things that we can focus on and control, and one of them is your routine. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, yep, that's how I'm feeling, and also I'm starting to shout more at home because I'm feeling stressed and the kids are feeling stressed and there's loads of meltdowns, or if you can see yourself starting to go that way, you will be delighted to know that I am working on a mini course right now called How to Speak to Your Child Without Shouting. You can get your hands on that right now by going to the link at the top of our bio, clicking on the top tab, How to Speak So That Your Child Listens, and you will be able to pre-order this mini course before it even goes on sale. You will get 20% discount for pre-ordering, and as soon as this course is ready to rock and roll, you will be one of the first people to access it. So what you need to do after we finish today's live is go to the link at the top of my bio, click on the top tab, How to Speak So That My Child Listens, and click on the payment link, and you can pre-order the mini course that I am just working on now, How to Speak So That Your Child Listens Without Shouting. So back to today's little live session. This is something that I created a few days ago, and it will be going out to you if you're on my mailing list. But if you're not sure whether you are on the mailing list, you can screenshot this right now. So there you go, take a screenshot. And you can get yourself on the mailing list by downloading the free training, and then you'll get this into your email box this week. So if there's one thing I know, is that routine is everything. And I was speaking to one of my clients in Australia this morning about how when things are changeable around us, like right now, when our normal routine is different, it's very easy to think, oh, I'll just stay in my PJs this morning, or oh, let's just sit in front of the TV this morning, or whatever. But there's a key lesson I've learned in my life, is that if you can stick to a clear key routine, it will help you feel so much more peaceful. There's certain things that you don't get to control in life, none of us do, And right now is a great time to focus on, do you remember yesterday I spoke to you about the circle of control? And outside there are things that we can't control. And we're feeling that at the moment, many of us. There's things that we just can't control. But inside here are many things that we can control. And today I'm telling you that if you look at your current schedule, if your children are at home more at the moment, or if they're going to be soon, this is going to create so much more, honestly, so much more peace in your home. So, schedule. So I'm hearing lots of mums starting to wonder whether they need to turn into the most wonderful homeschooler ever now. Here's my take on this. I'm not here to say to you, you need to now turn into Mrs. Teacher or Mr. Teacher. I'm here to talk about a schedule. Okay, this title isn't about homeschooling at home, although I'm considering soon bringing you a few resources if you want that. I'm here today to talk to you about a schedule. So it's this bit here, it's your routine, okay? So here are some ideas of how you can set your routine out if your children are at home more at the moment, or if you can see that that is going to be happening in the next few weeks. So, morning, we have wakey, wake up. And obviously that's things like breakfast, make your bed. Definitely get your children to do these things. Or should I say don't get them, that's the wrong language. Encourage them. Use this, stick it up on your fridge or create something similar to this, and let everybody know in your family that this is going to be your routine right now. Have a chat with the kids. Sit down as a family, make a hot chocolate or whatever your favourite drink is, and talk about this new fun routine that you're going to have. There's one thing I keep talking about at the moment, and that is when we make things fun, children actually want to listen. So when we make things fun, children want to engage with us and listen. So talk to your children about this new routine. Pop it up on the fridge. I've made it bright for you so that it is fun. You know, we get to make, what's that saying? Lemonade out of lemons right now. We really get to create some fun in the middle of what can seem chaos in some people's lives at the moment. We get to add a little bit of fun into it. And believe me, when you do that, you are going to find that your children are actually going to cooperate more with you. And don't you want to bring more calm into your home right now? I don't know anybody that doesn't want to bring more peace into their home. So I would encourage you to give your children responsibilities to make their bed, to get dressed themselves, obviously if they're old enough to do that, or at least start to encourage them to do that, and pop their PJs in the laundry. Really simple tasks that children can do. Now, even if children were at school at the moment, or if your routine was like a normal routine, I would still be encouraging you to give some responsibilities to your children. I feel like it's really easy for us to want to do way too much for children. And when we give them little jobs, it actually helps them feel happy and strong and independent. So when we give children little responsibilities, even if they don't like it in that moment, the result that comes from doing things like putting your pajamas in the laundry basket, making your own bed, getting dressed yourself, Can you see how they start to feel independent and happy and strong off the back of that responsibility? So that's before 9 a.m. Now, I'm not the schedule police here. These are just some suggestions. If you don't feel like this is something you would want to do, or you don't think the time's right or whatever, go and make your own or stick some stickers over these sections. I just want to help you at the moment while you're going through a time of change. And I've created this just to make things easy for you. So you will receive this in your email box if you're on my mailing list in the next couple of days. Now here, morning walk. Now obviously this will be different at different places in the world due to different suggestions that are in place right now. But the main thing is get outside. Get out into the garden if you've got a garden. Stand out in the rain. Currently in the UK, it's pouring down with rain today, and I got myself out for a 20-minute walk this morning. But also, you could do something like yoga. If you go onto YouTube, you'll find so many kids yoga. There's so many. Now is the time to find how resourceful things like YouTube are and Pinterest for creative ideas. So for morning exercise, the purpose is to just get outside for fresh air and also to get the body moving, because as you know, as a mum or a dad, your children have lots of energy. And what I see happening is a lot of children are putting that energy into electronics and gaming and TV. And they're winding up bored and frustrated. And what I'm encouraging you to do is get them outside in the morning, or get them doing some kind of movement and exercise, and do it with them. Do it with them. Fun activities to get the body moving, to get their mind focused on exercise, and ideally get outside. So the reason that this is important in the schedule is because can you see how in an everyday family home, most children right now, if they're at home, will wake up in the morning and tell me in the comments, what's the one thing that your children are going to want to gravitate to right now? And it's not going to be a morning walk for most children. Tell me in the comments, somebody, what's the majority of children, what's the first thing they want to do when they wake up right now, if they're not at school? I'll give you 10 seconds for somebody to pop in the comments. TV, here we go. TV. Thank you, Celeste. Hopefully I've said your name right. Cartoon or game. And technology. So can you see how in today's world children are going to want to gravitate to those things straight away? And, oh good, I said your name correctly. So I'm encouraging you to get them outside first. To get them outside. Yep, technology. Can you see how what's going to happen is, oh great, we have somebody reading and playing. What I don't want to see happen for your children's happiness and for you, because you're going to get the brunt end of this if you don't change this, is that your children are easily going to want to gravitate to electronics right now. Most children, majority of children, are going to want to retreat into electronics. And when they're struggling with their emotions, if they're feeling out of routine at the moment, or if you're feeling stressed at the moment with the current changes and your child's picking up on your feelings and stress, what I see happen is children gravitate towards technology. And they do this at the best of times because it's a really addictive thing. But right now, I want to encourage you to knock that on the head, because you're going to bear the brunt of your child's meltdowns and anger when it gets towards the end of the day. And what then I see happen is bedtime routine just goes out the window. So by creating a schedule like this, sitting down with your children and talking about your fun new routine, you can say, hey, look, between 9 and 10 o'clock, what we're going to be doing as a family, can you hear my language? This isn't would you like to, because how many children are going to say in this day and age, Mum, I would love to go out in the rain for a 20-minute walk. No. No. They're going to want to get onto the technology and the TV. So the language that I would say is, as a family, between this time and this time, you choose the time as a family, we are going to, so it's a very inclusive way that you speak to children. It's not would you like to or how about. Can you see how we need to step more into a leader role? Pretend you were a manager at a workplace. You don't say to the team that you're leading, do you fancy doing this work this afternoon? Or would you like to just, go and do this thing for me? No, we lead. We say, I'm going to need you to do this, or this is what we're going to be doing this afternoon. So step more into that leadership language. As a family, between this time and this time, what we're going to do is get our bums outside. We're going to get outside, even if it's raining. Because if you live in the UK, you know that it rains a lot. And if it's really wet and really miserable, you can talk to your children about, let's find a fun alternative. Let's, as a family, hop onto YouTube. Who wants to choose something off YouTube today? Let's make this really fun for children. Now, this section's optional because I'm in two minds about my recommendations around this. Whilst I feel it's definitely important to still have some kind of academic time for children, right now I'm highly aware that for a lot of families, they're already feeling quite stressed right now. And I don't want you to start thinking that now you need to start becoming the, Mrs. or Mr. homeschooler at home and be suddenly worrying about your children's academics. Because here's what I stand for. I know that your children's emotional well-being is at the top of the agenda. That's what I stand for. You might think something different in your family. I know that if your children feel stressed, they're not learning anyway. I'll say that again. When your children are feeling stressed, afraid, tired, anxious, angry, they are not in a position to take in information anyway. So now is a great time to remember that children's emotions and the way that they feel inside, in their tummy, in their chest, how they feel emotionally is key. So, with that being said, if you want to, as a family, completely scrap academic time at the moment, good for you. Because right now, I'm just encouraging parents to get into some kind of routine. Your routine is the main foundation. It's like a 3-course meal. With a 3-course meal, you don't skip to the dessert or the main meal, which would be the academics. You start with the starter, and your starter in this case is get a routine in place. So if right now you don't feel like you want to even think about the academics for the next couple of weeks or however long, skip it. Skip it, completely skip it, and get into a practice of a routine. But if you do, here's my suggestions. No electronics. Goodbye technology. Between 10 and 11, for example, your child knows that the electronics are going off. Is this helping you? Tap the hearts, let me know in the comment section. How is this helping you? Just so that I know that this is helpful to you. And if it is, then I'll do more focus on these kind of things going forwards. Tap the hearts. Or let me know in the comments with a thumbs up if this is really useful to you right now. Because it's just good feedback for me. If I know this is what you need, I can then spend my time creating more stuff like this for you going forwards. Okay, so switch the electronics off, and then here's just a few suggestions. Okay, again, Pinterest is your best friend right now. Pinterest, YouTube, Google. And don't go and do it for your children. I repeat, don't take this new job on and try to do this all for your children. Do it with them. Do this as a team. Go and investigate. Go and find things on Pinterest. Go and find some resources. Do this together. Okay? We can make things fun with children. Fun, fun, fun. Don't take this on as a new role for yourself to do all of this on your own. Organisation is great. Yes, it's what I'm hearing from a lot of the mums that I'm personally coaching right now, that they want more help with organisation. So thank you for that feedback, and it's useful for me to know so that I can help you more. Amazing, thank you. Rebecca's saying yes, thumbs up. Celeste says, my house was chaos today. We were all stressed and no structure. It was too much tech. I was thinking tonight, how could I go about it better? I really needed this and this is so beneficial. Oh, that warms my heart. Thank you for your feedback, because that tells me that I'm not wasting my time either, that I'm giving you something that is helpful. So thank you so much for taking the time to write that, because it's really helpful for me to help you. Can you please send it to me? Yes, it's going to be coming to you if you are on my mailing list. If you aren't, when I've finished in the next 10 minutes, go to the link in my bio at the top of this page and click on free training. You'll not only get an 18-minute free video training, but you'll get onto my mailing list. And this is going out to you guys either today or tomorrow. Okay? So, where were we? Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad this is helpful to you, because right now I could go many ways with how to help you. And I thought this was a great first step. Get help to get you organised, and then I've got a mini course that I'm about to start recording this week to help you get your children to listen to you without shouting. So I'm creating a mini course because I know that many families are going to be even more chaos than normal right now. So this afternoon I'll be recording video 1, which is part of my new mini course, how to speak so that your child listens without shouting. And yeah, everything that I'm doing right now is to help you navigate through this challenging time. Okie dokie, right, where were we? So that's academic time if you want to do it. Between 11 and 12, I've put here creative time. So here's just some ideas. You could get arts and crafts out. Again, we're not looking for like brilliant resources here. Just start with what you have at home, or get onto Amazon, order some crayons, just order some really basic stuff, okay? And this can be their creative time. Or you could, if you fancy, start to look up some really basic cooking or baking recipes. But again, don't sit up at night doing all this for your children. Make this part of your routine. I feel like sort of like between here and here could be 20 minutes where you guys sit down and just get onto YouTube or Pinterest together and look up ideas. So I know children love to do things like that as well. Hey Sarah! Okay, lunch. Can you see how it's not so much about what you're going to do, it's the routine. I love a routine at the best of times, but at a time like now where your normal routine is in chaos, it feels like, this is so that you can get yourself out of that feeling of overwhelm. Okay, so lunchtime, this is chill. Children eat their lunch. Encourage them to put their plates by the sink or plates in the dishwasher. Again, sit down with your children when you get this week and go through this with them so that they know what's happening as well. Stick it up on your fridge, put one in each children's bedroom, I don't know. Do what you need to do so that the family over the next couple of weeks starts to come on board with this new routine. The purpose of this live today is to help you see that when you have a routine in place, you're not going to feel overwhelmed. And that's important to you right now, because if you're overwhelmed, your children are overwhelmed. And the more overwhelmed they are, they're not settling at bedtime, they're having meltdowns, they're shouting at you, and then it's a cycle, isn't it? Then you start to become more overwhelmed and it goes on. So, chore time. This is one of my favourite times. Woohoo! Because children get to learn how to be responsible, like in the morning. If you're just joining now, this is something you're going to want to watch back on repeat. Make some time tonight, because this is going to help you start to feel some more peace and calm and organisation over the next few days. So here are just some ideas, because we're being responsible at the moment and being encouraged to take care of our environment. How about assigning children some little jobs to do? And make this fun. How can you make this fun? You could switch some music on Spotify or YouTube, and you could do a 10-minute chore time. You could go on to Spotify. Something I was listening to this morning was Big Life Journal's playlist. I think it's called Big Life Journal. They have a playlist on Spotify of really upbeat, happy, positive music, which is what everybody needs right now, to be tuning into positive stuff. Switch that on for 10 minutes. And then create a little list of things we could do. So somebody could wipe over the kitchen surface, somebody could wipe over light switches and door handles. Somebody could go and run around the lounge and pick up all of the toys. Whatever you think. But make it fun. I can't emphasise that enough. Make it fun. Switch some music on. Find Big Life Journal's playlist. Oh, Rebecca says, I love it. You can ask Alexa for happy music. I did not know that, Rebecca. Everybody go and list. Go and ask Alexa, if you have Alexa, for happy music. If you don't have Alexa, I don't currently have Alexa. I don't think I'm going to let Alexa move in either. But if you don't, go and find playlists on Spotify. Big Life Journals is very good right now. So that's a fun time. And then you can be teaching your children how to take care of their environment, how to be responsible. And you're not left to do it all. You don't need to be doing it all. You can be teaching your children how to be responsible. Oh, tap the hearts if you're loving between 1 and 2:30. Let me zoom in. Tap the hearts if you're thinking, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for some quiet time. If you don't schedule this in, this ain't going to happen. The same as chore time and the same as the morning walk. So I would say schedule this in. Schedule in. Reading, jigsaw puzzles, who fancies taking a nap? This is a great time right now to just go and take a nap. Rest your soul, rest your mind. Everybody go and take even a 10-minute nap. Like, let's all just slow down and relax right now. So you could say, let your children know, oh look, between here and here, we're going to have quiet time. That means, no electronics, nope. We're just not having any electronics on between this time. I'm going to be in the room next door listening to some music, as Rebecca's suggested. This is helping you factor in your time. You need this as well, so that you can be emotionally present for your children. You need this. So talk to your children about what you can all do during quiet time. Come up with some ideas. Another suggestion I have for you is grab a piece of paper as a family, and this is something else you could be doing in your day right now instead of them being on electronics, and do this on the laptop or just old school do it like I am on paper. Something like things that I could do when I am bored. Who hates hearing that word? I am bored. Well, let's look at 30 things, and I'm not going to go through this now, but this could be another thing that I do for you another day. As a family, create a list of 30 things to do when you're bored, and stick this up on your fridge or somewhere that your children see this every day, so that when you hear your children say, I'm bored, I don't want to do this because I'm bored, you can send them to this wonderful sheet where they get to go and be creative and find what they can do when they're bored, so that you're not constantly telling them, oh, well, how about this? Or how about this? We really need to help children get more creative. I would love that list for sure. Well, how about we do this as a group together later this week? Because the same way that I'm not going to encourage you to start again. In the same way that I'm suggesting don't tell your children what to do when they're bored, I'm also not going to sit here and give you 30 things. Let's do this as a team. Let's all get our brains working together. So we'll do that another day. So during quiet time, what did we have? Yeah, colouring. I love it. Love colouring. I might even get myself an adult colouring book right now. So during quiet time, reading, Rebecca said colouring. I'm personally loving the idea of everybody having a nap, but that's just me. Puzzles. But the main thing is the structure. So it's saying to your children, oh look, it's 1 o'clock, or oh look, it's 1:30. Between now and 2:30, we're going to have quiet time. So I'm going to put some relaxation music on, like Rebecca suggested. I would put relaxation music on in the home at this time. Set the scene. Maybe you have some essential oils. Maybe you have a diffuser. I'm waiting for some to arrive here this week. I would put those on, or maybe a nice candle, obviously if you're in the room with the candle, and create a nice ambience and have quiet time. No electronics. And then we're just going to move quickly through this section. So academic time again could be where the electronics get a thumbs up. Okay, so this is important because you're not saying to your children, nope, no electronics all day. because I don't think any child is going to enjoy that. What you're saying is, we're not having them at this time, but look, at this time, this is when we're having electronics. Hey, Jacqueline. Okay, so point out to children their choices. It's not that we're saying take electronics away. We're saying no at this time. Children need boundaries. They really do. No electronics here, electronics here at this set time. I want to hear from you guys this week that you're starting to create a schedule so that your children aren't on technology all day right now. Because it isn't helpful to you. They're going to feel angry when they're on these games all day. You're going to get the backlash of that, and they're going to be starting to feel really unhappy. Gaming isn't healthy to be doing this all day. So this is where electronics are okay. So iPad games, Pinterest, YouTube videos, any kind of educational show. These are good ideas. If anybody has any ideas around educational shows, feel free to send them in to us and I'll pass that information on to other people during my lives. But yeah, educational games on the iPad and such forth. And then afternoon fresh air. Same as the morning. A lot of people are going to be at home a lot more, and I'm encouraging you to get outside. Get outside. Get out for a walk, even if it's just around your back garden or anywhere where you feel like you're safe right now. So Talia says we're not allowed. So are you allowed? So are you able to go in your back garden? Or do you have a back garden or a yard that you can go? So some people in some parts of the world are being advised to just stay at home more at the minute. And what I'm encouraging you to do is to remember that you also have a window. So do you have any outdoor area at all? Or are you in a flat? Yeah, I understand that some people will be in flats and things like that. So if you can, get some kind of fresh air. Get outside, stand outside the front door if you can. Whatever you can do where you're living, get the children outside. Okay? If you can't, then again, do some kind of movement, yoga, get a YouTube video on. And then we have dinner time, we have some free TV time. So when children know that TV and gaming is coming, they can work through the rest of the day. Believe me, your child will do way better emotionally and behaviour-wise through the day if they know what's coming. Especially sensitive children, they like to know what's coming next. So focus on letting them know where they're at through the day, okay? Free TV time and then bedtime, whatever time your bedtime is. So this is my challenge to you guys this week. Get this you will get this from me in the next couple of days, and then either print this off and stick it up somewhere or create your own and just use this as a template. Now, if you do get creative and create your own, I would absolutely love to see your finished version. Would you be willing to tag us in it here, to send it in, send us your routine schedule, and we will share it with everybody else in the community. Right now is a great time to think outside of ourselves. Take care of ourselves first is always primary, and then get creative. Do things that are helpful to us and that can potentially help somebody else. I know that doing that is going to help people create more happiness and a feeling of peace, and that's what everybody's wanting right now. So look out for this in your email box this week. And then later on in the week, we'll do some more work around ideas for things that children can do when they're bored. I wish you lots of peace right now. This structure is to help you as well. It's not just for your children, it's primarily for you. Because the calmer and more organised that you feel right now, it's going to be passed on down to your children. And when you feel somewhat more calm in certain challenging times right now, your son or daughter is going to pick up on that calm. And what that means for you is less bedtime problems, less sticking around at bed because they haven't been on their gaming all day, less backlash when you're trying to get them off the gaming, less shouting at you. Oh, the list goes on. The list is endless. This is a game changer for so many families. So send us your schedules and routines in, or tag us in yours on stories, and I really would absolutely love to see them this week. Get creative with this, and I wish you a wonderful day. Take care, everybody. Bye.